What was the most unexpected birthday gift someone gave you? My girlfriend and I started dating freshman year of college, and neither of us live in the state we go to school in. Over the summer we went home and did long distance for the 3 months. My birthday is in the summer, and she kept telling me she was gonna send gifts she got for me and kept asking questions like, when does mail usually get to your house? She also made up this story about how the kids she babysat liked to take her phone and play with it, and that she was taking them to a pool the next day before my birthday. Her mom texts me that day while I'm at work telling me that one of the kids dropped her phone in the pool. I felt so bad because I was told that my GF was a wreck about the whole situation. I get home from work and I'm sitting on the couch, and my mom comes home and tells me the package that my GF sent me was on the porch, so I opened the front door expecting a big cardboard box, but instead I got a short, gorgeous lady who had flown so many miles to spend a week/my birthday with me. I admit, Reddit's tendencies had me ready for the worst right around the phone part. Thankfully, we got a happy ending. And so did you, apparently. A few days before my 30th birthday, my, now ex-wife told me she had a meeting in the city and would be home late, but she actually drove to the airport and picked up my best friend who had secretly flown in from out of state to surprise me. The next day she took us to a spot a few hours away where we spent my birthday weekend with a bunch of my other friends. One of the best weekends of my life. I discovered a musician right before my 14th birthday, and his music was starting to grow on me, though I wasn't completely obsessed yet. I told my mother that he was coming to the city we lived in, but I didn't know the date. On my birthday, I received a card that contained 2 tickets to the show, which happened to be 2 days after. Also, I got to meet him. Probably the best night I've had so far. Edit, spelling, smiley face. Edit number 2. The musician in question was Mystery Skulls, on his tour last year. Best show I've been to so far, and I've been obsessing over his music since. Experiences are the best gifts. My grandma got me a book for my 13th birthday because I love to read. The unexpected part was the book being bondage porn. Very educational for a 13-year-old. Was the book good, is the question. My husband and I were trying to have a baby, and not having success. For my 34th birthday my mom sent me a sleep giraffe for my future baby nursery. Turns out it was the last birthday gift I would get from her. She died 10 months after that birthday in 2016. I found out I was pregnant in early 2017, and never got to share that news with her. I remember being annoyed when I opened the box, but now I realize it was just a sweet sentiment from her telling me not to give up. After she passed, going through her things, I found a congratulations card meant for me in the event I had a baby, a card she never got to send. I look at that sleep giraffe every day. It's the first thing I see every morning when I wake up, and she tells me every morning, don't give up. My best friend gave me a package of 48 worm on a strings. They all have names now. Edit, since some people wanted to know the names, here is a couple. Yes, I gave most of them human names. Maki, Jude, Anna, Chris, that guy, Spencer, Reagan, Molly, Egg 2.0, Egg 3.0, Sam, June, February, Peach. You are my daughters, 15, spirit animal. She has them hanging all over her bedroom. WTF, am I missing? 48 worms on a string? Sounds gross. LOL, can someone explain? I have an old silver watch that a nun gave me when I was in my teens. I would visit her in the nursing home when I was doing my required service hours for school. She was so sweet and I always looked forward to seeing her every day. My senior year she passed away, but gave me her watch before she did. I wore that watch every day until finally it stopped working. A couple years after I moved in with my now fiancé, I accidentally lost it and was really upset for a long time because of that. For my birthday last year I told my fiancé that I didn't want him to spend any money on me so we can save for our wedding. That morning he handed me a small box. Inside was the watch, which he found at the bottom of a box in the basement, and he had cleaned it and fixed it. I still wear that watch every day, and that was honestly the best gift I'd ever received. My friends and I frequently hung out at a hotel that had an indoor pool since my buddy knew the owner and they would let us swim for free. We got some people together and went there to swim on my birthday, and one by one I noticed my friends vanishing from the pool. One of my buddies pulled me out of the pool to go get changed, and when I walked into the men's room, out of the stall walked one of my best friends in full clown costume / makeup and said, "I heard it was somebody's birthday." I'm not afraid of clowns at all, but this one definitely caught me off guard. Also, he rented a room to stay at for the night and filled it with balloons and streamers. That's awesome, and those seem like true friends. My 18th birthday, I had a friend give me a pocket pussy labeled Ultra Super Sucker W/extra lubrication in front of other friends, my siblings, and my parents. Needless to say, everyone was shocked. How long did you wait to use it? Met a girl surfing when I 19 and living on a small sailboat in Port Aransas, Texas. We talked a bit between sets, and somewhere I mentioned my 20th birthday. I said I had always wanted chocolate chip cupcakes, but my parents died when I was young, and raising myself I never had birthdays. On my 20th birthday I got back to the boat after work and there was a card, balloon, and a plate of chocolate chip cupcakes. Thanks, stranger, they were wonderful. On my 20th birthday, my mom asked me if I could take the day off of school. I said sure. I go to her house and she tells me to get in her car. She stops for gas, so I'm thinking, oh, a road trip, maybe we're going to San Antonio and I'll finally get that Louis Vuitton messenger bag I've been wanting. We get back in the car and after about 10 minutes, she pulls over and says I need to look at the map. Here, go ahead and read your birthday card while I'm looking at it. The card had typical mom stuff in it, but the very last line was, "I can't wait to see you smile again." The parking lot we were in was a dentist's office. She took me in for a consultation for a full mouth of veneers. We got the price, we went to the bank to get the money, stopped for Chinese food, then went and prepaid the dentist for my veneers. It's been 12 years and my chompers still look the way they did when I first got them. My friend beat me with a sock in the bathroom. When they left they gave me the sock and it was full of Jolly Ranchers dash. I have been smacked in the ass by Jolly Ranchers in a sock, believe me, it hurts. My brother was riding my bike the previous day, and left it at the end of out driveway apparently. So for my birthday he got me a stolen bike. My mom's friend told me to not be upset because we'll just get you another one, but I have never owned a bike since. Her parents had a lot of money, and always bailed her out, so she couldn't relate that not everyone would get bailed out all the time. I haven't had a bike since. I would have yeeted him to the next universe if my brother ever did that. Reminds me of the time I left my brother's skateboard in the driveway. It was off to the side but my grandpa still managed to run it over. He never got another one after that. I unintentionally made my brother give up skateboarding. My grandparents got me Oreos, I never said anything about them and that's all they got me, it was weird. AHH, the last minute gas station present. Don't understand, sounds like an amazing present. I'll take them if you don't want them. Typically, my friends and I never really did birthday presents. The crew would get together for a nice dinner or a night at a bar, and the birthday person ate and or drank for free. Presents were never a thing with us. So, when I had turned 30, my girlfriend at the time and I had recently moved aboard a boat full-time. Now I don't remember precisely how we celebrated my birthday that year, but I think it was dinner and drinks, per normal. So I was totally surprised when two of my buddies told me they had chipped in and got me a birthday/boat warming gift, and they both seemed pretty excited about it. I told them that it wasn't necessary but they insisted. So I open the box and find a vintage-style bronze telescope in a leather case, engraved with, "To a dear friend on his birthday. Happy 30th, name." I was floored. It seemed so out of character for our crew, 10 plus years as friends, and it was thoughtful and just fucking perfect. I put that bad boy on display right next to the compass on the lower steering station, and that was its home the 7 years I lived there. I have a pic of it in situ somewhere, but for now here it is in my crappy APT. My wife gave me a customized children's flip book that was about my son's future career inspirations, totally personalized, and it really made my heart melt and brought tears to my eyes. I love my wife and son so much. When my wife and I were trying to get pregnant, we had to miss out on an annual family vacation to Mexico due to Zika concerns, and that escape from the cold is the one thing that makes Chicago winters tolerable. It was also the year I turned 40, so we wanted to do something special, but there were almost no warm spots not hit by Zika. We were trying to justify a vacation in Hawaii, which would have been pretty expensive, and my parents offered to pay $4,000 toward it, which covered flights, hotel and rental car, leaving us to only cover meals and activities. I have a friend that was once dumped by his girlfriend of 3 years on his birthday. Not trying to one-up you here, but this reminded me of the most brutal breakup I ever saw. Dude was very chill and super nice, just making the case that he wasn't an ASSC loan. He got broken up with in his birthday card. My ex-fiancé broke up with me on my birthday, twice. One year he broke up with me because he was going to propose to me, but then he had a nervous breakdown and said he couldn't be with me because we didn't like the same furniture. Turns out he was actually depressed and going through some stuff that counseling helped him get through. Then this past birthday, again he said he couldn't picture us being together and said that he doesn't have feelings for me after being together for 10 years. So yeah, my birthday present expectations are pretty low now. My 13th birthday I got the surprise that our truck broke down. I lucked out and rode home with the football team. We lived on a farm 13 miles out of town. I did all the chores the next 2 days while my parents stayed in town working on it. They finally get home. I never got cake or presents. They completely forgot about it. Sucky thing was we were really poor. I looked forward to my birthday because that and Christmas was when I'd get new clothes. Killed me ever caring about birthdays. Which is sad since my wife really tries to spoil me. I have to put on my fake happy face and act like it's a big deal. A few years ago my siblings and I hosted a 70th birthday party for my dad on my birthday. My birthday is in July, his in February. We had him fooled into thinking the surprise party was for me, and he was shocked when he walked in and realized it was his party. Half the fun was watching him almost spoil the surprise about a half a dozen times. Fast forward to yesterday, I get a package in the mail with a super cozy sweatshirt and note from Dad saying it was a birthday gift for me on his birthday. Included in the note, he stated, "I couldn't think of better person I would want to swap birthdays with." I'm not gonna lie, the note was the real gift. About 10 years ago I was living alone for the first time in a new city. I'm kind of a shy guy and I had made a single friend in college during this transition in my life. When my birthday came I asked him to have a few beers with me at a bar we often went, but at that particular day his mom was visiting him. I said, well, the more the merrier, ask her to come too. I kinda expected a no, sorry, we can't, but to my surprise she was up to it. I didn't tell them it was my anniversary, didn't really feel that important. I really just wanted to hang out. Anyway. We spent the evening at the bar drinking beer and talking about our lives and her youth, generational differences, and so on. At one point in the evening star signs, cause she was into it, came up in conversation and she asked mine. I said Pisces and she said that my birthday should coming around. I paused a little and said, well. As a matter of fact. It's today. We all laughed a little at this useless tidbit of information when suddenly a street vendor passed by selling wicker handicraft. We were sitting on the street tables. She called the man and bought me a small basket. Now. It was quite a simple gift. But it was so unexpected. We were all kinda drunk and telling stories in a bar when suddenly I was the proud owner of a wicker basket. I didn't really knew what to do with it the following years, but nowadays I use it to stash my weed. Every time I roll a joint at home I remember that day and laugh a little. Well. That's it? Sorry for the rant and any English mistakes. When I was a kid, I had The Indian in the cupboard on VHS and was really into it. It's a movie about a kid who gets an old cupboard for his birthday. It's pretty beat up and doesn't even have a key. At first this seems like the lamest gift ever, but he searches for the missing key anyway and eventually finds it. He discovers it can bring any toy figure to life, and then has to deal with the implications of that. Some real good nuggets of wisdom about life and death in this movie. Anyway, my dad has a workshop in the basement of the house. He finds me an old chest and installs a lock mechanism inside, drilling a keyhole in the top. He filled it with candy and a buttload of change, probably like $50, which is a lot for a kid. He even braided colored string on the skeleton key to make it look more antique. I was absolutely ecstatic. It was the best present since my size Barbie LOL. I had that thing for years, until it was eventually stolen. But I'm glad for this post. It reminded me of one of the most unique and thoughtful gifts I've ever been given. Love you, Dad.